The Westboro Baptist Church wants Kim Davis to do her job. Huh. Now, this comes from a report in the Friendly Atheist, and they report that the anti-gay hate group, the Westboro Baptist Church, had recently sent out a message urging Kim Davis to do her job. Now, they said in this statement, quote, "If Kim Davis received mercy from God and grace, as she claims, she would, with all due haste, put her sin away. She would mourn for her sins in a show of great mercy. She would be busy apologizing to the," and I'm going to use this in context, "fags for enabling them, and she would, with all diligence, give those perverts a marriage license." So, not exactly on the side of LGBT people. However, still, do your job. They continue, quote, "The Supreme Court, in the providence of God and for the punishment of this nation, has declared same-sex marriage is the law of the doomed USA. So do it. You asked for it, you begged for it by your disobedience or refusal to receive correction or instruction. So take it and like it." Well, I'm sure there are people out there that are taking it and liking it. In fact, like it just fine. We believe that LGBT couples should have the same rights as everyone else. So we're in a little bit of a disagreement. But yet, on the principle, we do agree. Kim Davis should shut up and do her job. Okay, now, I was kind of wondering who saw that one coming. I sure didn't. But wait, it gets better. Now, the church also goes on to blame her for same-sex marriage in the first place. Well, now, wait a minute. What does Kim Davis have to do with the court's decision on same-sex marriage? She had nothing to do with it. Well, apparently, it had to do with her marriage, her 4 different marriages. Quote, "Kim claims that she has lived in proud sin for many years, divorcing and remarrying, not 1 time or 2 times. In fact, you need a scorecard to keep track. Her lawyers, being smooth-talking fellows, say that all was before her call to salvation 2 years ago, when her current mother-in-law died. Nice, tidy, clever, but no cigar. Just note, Kim Davis, God will never have same-sex marriage, but he does not require you to disobey to deal with this nation. As these words are typed, the nation faces relentless, never-seen fires in the west and hurricane force, never-seen flooding and storms in the east, which would be the effects of climate change. And God sends the shooter again and again. Lacks gun laws. God has his weapons and his armory. So Kim Davis needs to hush and obey the law that she helped bring about." I feel like I've entered a stupidity vortex, where time and space is kind of turned on its head as fundamentalists rip each other apart. They try to outfund each other. It's kind of amazing. Now, make no mistake, I'm not on either side of this, okay? But it is funny, and I do have to point out that it is funny to see Kim Davis be rejected for not being Christian enough, or at least their brand of Christianity. Now, I kind of argue that hating people isn't exactly the point of Christianity. The point of Christianity is to be like Christ. And you know what Jesus said about the gays? Yeah. Now, Jesus actually did talk about divorce, which is interesting. Now, in Matthew 19:8, some people asked him if divorce was okay for any reason. They said to him, when he answered, "Why then did Moses command to give her a certificate of divorce and send her away?" Jesus said to them, "Because of your hardness of your heart, Moses permitted you to divorce your wives. But from the beginning, it has not been this way. And I say to you, whoever divorces his wife, except for immorality, and marries another woman, commits adultery." So wait, this is actually the Westboro Baptist Church being right. I know. It disturbs me as much as I'm sure it disturbs you. Now, in the real world, it's actually a good thing that we don't actually live by these laws, right? And we don't live by these laws because we're not sheep herders living in the desert. And we actually think that everybody should have the same rights to make their own decisions on marriage. Whether or not you get divorced or you have a same-sex marriage. It's not our problem. It's not our business. But this is what happens when you have fundamentalists that are trying to impose their religion on government. Now, note that the most extreme party in this which is the Westboro Baptist Church, right? They're actually not the ones that are trying to inject their religion into the government. In fact, if anything, they're sort of respecting the law between church and state and saying, look, it's not my role. God's going to sort it out anyway. So why should I inject my religion into the government when God's going to take care of it? All right, hey, you know what? It goes to the same end at least, right? And they're oddly calling for Kim Davis to shut the fuck up and do her job. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not even sure how I feel about this. How did we get to a point where I kind of agree with the Westboro Baptist Church? I've got no idea, and to be honest, to be completely honest, it's kind of a scary place to be. And I don't want to be here anymore.